Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Welcome to another tutorial on programming essentials in Python. In this tutorial we're going to cover the for loop statement. For is used for iterating over a sequence which can be a list, tuple, set, dictionary, or a string. But if you want to loop or iterate over a sequence of specific numbers, then you should use the range function. Okay? So we start by exploring the syntax or learning the syntax of for loop statement. So we're going to type it directly here. Let me just make sure that the font this is the maximum font we can use. So today's lecture is about for loop. We are going to write the for by using the for keyword and then a control variable which is I and then the keyword n, and we are going to write a sequence. It could be a list, set, dictionary, tuple, or string, but for this tutorial we're going to use the range function. Okay, it is a function. It's clearly obvious because we have a parentheses, and within these parentheses you're going to have three arguments: start, and then end of the range, and the step, which is the increment of this range or decrement. Basically it's going to be an increment. Okay, then a colon, and after that we are going to write the statement or statements that's going to be looped or iterated or executed several times. So now for the start, end, and step. The start is an optional argument and the step is an optional argument. Okay, so this is basically the syntax for statement. You should keep very important thing in your mind that the condition in for, it's not like while. You're not going to write a condition. The condition in for is included in the for statement and it's going to be checked internally. It is within this statement, so there will be no initial value condition and change value as in while. In other words, they are available, but you're not going to write them just like while one by one. It's going to be included internally within the for statement. Now let's take a very simple example on that. We are going to just say at the beginning we are going to start from 1 to 5. We are not going to write the steps because the step is optional, as I said, and we are going to just print the value of I. Print I is going to be the control variable, which is exactly the variable that in while statement used to check in the condition and to set the initial value for and to change its value. So we're going to just say end equals, it's a space, and then we're going to run. See, 1 2 3 4. One observation, or the first observation, is end value will not be included. You're going to start from the start until the end value minus 1, so you're not going to reach the end value. So if you want to print the numbers from 1 to 5, you're going to write you're going to have to change this to 6. Okay, you see 1 2 3 4 5. Now the steps, you can make them 2, and it's going to be 1 3 5. Of course 6 will not be included. Okay, this is simply how for statement works. So you can use this to iterate or to loop as many times as you want. Okay, there is no need to write I equals 0 because this is the start, is going to be the initial value, and the increment is going to get executed here whether you have a value like 2, or if you don't, it's going to be 1 by default. It's going to be the change value statement that we explained in while, and this is the condition internal is going to be here, the control condition, which means if the value of I is less than or equal is less than 6, we are going to continue, otherwise we are going to exit the loop. Okay, so let's take other examples on loop statements. So we see different scenarios of using loop. We are going to start by writing this, not 16, let's say 5. Since we don't have a start, if you have only one argument with the range, it's going to be considered the end. So the start by default is going to be 0, the step by default is going to be 1, and when you run, you're gonna have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. You're not gonna reach 5. Okay, you can put 0 to 5 if you want. Sorry, you're gonna get the same exact results. You're gonna put the step 1 and you are gonna get exactly the same results. Okay, but again, if you put it 3, it's not necessarily 2. You're gonna have 0, 3 only, because 0, 3, 6, 6 is greater than 5 minus 1, so it's gonna be false, and we're gonna stop the loop statement, and we're gonna print here. You see, print if you want to add after the program or the rest of the program or end of loop. We're not gonna do it here because we need to see the differences between different scenarios that we have. Okay, so now what if we added negative value? So what if I started from -1 all the way to -5? Sorry, can we do this? Yes, you sure you can do it, but the value is going to be nil, or the output is going to be nil. Why? Because you're going to start from -1. You should reach -5, but you're not going to reach it because you are going to have the step by default 1. This is the step by default, right? So it's going to be -1 plus 1. It's going to be 0, and then plus 1 is going to be 1, and it's going to go to the other direction, which basically makes it false. It's gonna be false from the beginning because you're not gonna have any change statements. Okay, but if you make this -1 and you play, you're gonna have -1, -2, -3, -4, because this way we are going to go the other direction. Okay, -1, -5, -1, -1 is gonna be -2, and then -2, -1 is gonna be -3, and so on. Okay, so you can go negative values if you want to go negatively. Anyway, feel free to check other scenarios, apply different values, and investigate what you're gonna have with as a result. Okay, one more thing you need to remember with for statement, which is very important and usually will be one of the questions that you will get in the, especially if you are planning to apply for a professional certification in Python, whether it's a basic level or intermediate level. So what if we have for and then we wrote the statement else after the for? Is it going to be permitted or no? This is, let's say, else statement. So I'm going to reset this. This is possible. Else statement can be included with the for statement. Sorry, but it's going to be executed when the condition or the control condition is false. In other words, it's going to be executed after you exit the loop. Okay, so print here, you're going to see 0, 1, 2, 3, and then else. If you want it to be in a separate line, you have to put \n, because here we have the end equals to space. As you can see here again, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, now what if you print I? What's going to be the result? What do you think? It's going to be 0, 1, 2, 3 I, of course. I, because it's between the quotes. Or what if we put I? This is going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 3. Okay, because 3 is the value where you quit the loop, where you exit the loop. It's going to be the same. It's not going to change even if you printed after the else. Okay, you see print, it's going to get the same result. 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 3, and this 3 is for this print. Now, one of the common mistakes that some students do basically when they put the print statement here, and this is going to generate a syntax error, as you will see. Why is that? Because else is an invalid syntax. Else doesn't come alone, as we explained with if statement. It comes either with if or with for. Okay, so you cannot just write else individually like this. This is not going to be accepted, and the program will generate a syntax error. Okay, that's it for for statement. We hope you enjoyed and benefited from the tutorial. We see you in the next tutorial, inshallah. Have a nice day.